This is really big. I mean, it's not really here. Hello, YouTube.
I think you can look up here.
I think we're live. Oh, our screen's here and the camera's here. Welcome to tonight's live chat. We're not going to burn 5 or 20 minutes just chatting here at the beginning. We're going to jump right into it. How's that?
Right into it.
But first, wow, we had a big day of projects. This has been non-stop projects around Cadence. We're like on a 6-day maybe countdown until we depart.
It's almost time. I can't believe it.
I think we're departing for good. I think the Bahamas last go around was like the shakedown.
Yeah, I guess it was. We figured a lot of stuff out when we went to the Bahamas.
And it's been a non-stop going through lists. What do we need to buy here while we're in the United States? We're not going to be able to get here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, but it's those things. You buy them here in the States, and then eventually they're going to run out. And you're either going to have to learn to do without or find something different. So.
Good. I'm going to do a little chatting here.
Okay.
On the chat here. Dave, Ian, RV Adventures. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What are we talking about tonight?
Tonight, we are talking about where is our next adventure leading us? Where are we going? We have to leave this marina. The time is up. We're ready to go. So it's where are we going? What route are we going to take to get there? We have 3 different ideas, and we want to kind of share those with you tonight and just kind of see what happens from there. We're
going to talk disadvantages, advantages of each route. All 3 routes are in the Atlantic Ocean, and leave us in the chats as we talk what your thoughts are as we go through the different routes. This is our map. It's a hand-drawn map. Let's just go over it real quick, and then we'll jump into the 3 routes. How's that? That's the purpose tonight. We got North Atlantic Ocean here, Florida, Cuba, and all of this is the Bahamas, okay? DR and PR, Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico are that way, southeast. So we are right here on the Florida East Coast, Titusville, Florida. That's the star. Ultimate destination is right down here. This is Maiguana, Bahamas. Really small island, just a few miles big. Its only contact with outside land is a mailboat that comes once a week to bring resources. I think the inhabitants, there's only 150 people who live there. It's surrounded by a coral reef. We want to spend the winter there. That's our ultimate end goal. Because the anchorage is on the south side, we'll have great protection from northers. We'll spearfish. Who knows what else?
Who knows?
But we have 3 routes to get there, and we're going to share them with you. Plan A, B, and C. Hey, Salty Escape. All right. Be sure to drop a chat down below. If you're on the phone, you have to, I think, turn your phone vertical. Mm-hmm. If you're on the desktop, it should be right there. Before we talk the 3 routes, though, I just wanted to say this Wednesday, we're going to kind of do part B of this live chat, which will be weather routing. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's actually going to be our Captain's Hour. And I'll put right now in the chat a link to the website, passages.thefosterjourney.blog. That'll take you to the website where you can RSVP for Captain's Hour. This is something we do with our virtual crew and with guests. And that's going to be this Wednesday night, same time. But that'll be talking weather routing for the actual routes that we decide on here tonight. Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Plan A. What's Plan A, Nance? I'm going to draw as you talk. I'm going to draw on the map. Okay.
Plan A. Let's see if I can do it without mixing them all up. Plan A would be to sail. We're currently in the Cape Canaveral area of Florida off the East Coast. And we want to, if we take Plan A, we would sail down toward Miami. And we'd wait for our weather window around Key Biscayne area and then cross over to Bimini. It's kind of the traditional route that a lot of cruisers take when they want to go to the Bahamas. It's not overnight. It's like a 12-hour day.
Yeah, super simple.
Super easy. It'd be a quick trip to get there.
Semi-boring.
Yeah.
It's all coastal. You may not catch any large tuna.
Depending on the weather, I mean, it could be a rough ride down to Miami. I don't know. And
then what after Bimini?
After we leave Bimini, we would check in Bimini and we would go back down through the Exuma Banks, which we've been through before. Trying to stop at some places maybe we haven't. Go down to Georgetown Exumas.
Star here. This is Georgetown Exumas. This is kind of like a pit stop. We need to be somewhere around Thanksgiving or so. We are inviting crew. Some of our patrons are coming.
Yes. We're so excited to have
That's going to be
aboard.
fun. So we got a crew pickup here, and that'll be some pit stop. A. The advantages, it's L.
Very
it allows us to take advantage of north wind going along the coastline. Larry, yes, good question. How far is the Gulf Stream? So where we're at in Titusville, we can actually stay inside of the Gulf Stream until we hit West Palm. And then we've got about 6 hours where we're fighting current.
Yes.
And then after that, once you get south of West Palm, we actually get a little counter current to help us down.
Yeah.
So it's good, it's bad, and it's good again. So either way, we've got to kind of contend with the Gulf Stream.
Yes.
This plan A, we contend with it the least, I believe. So disadvantages of the plan, have we talked about that?
No.
It's kind of boring.
We've done it before.
We've done it
before. We have not gone to Bimini, so that would be a change in our entrance plan there. But we have been down the Exuma Banks from Nassau, and we've stopped at a lot of the fun places along the way. There are so many more. I think you could spend years in the Bahamas and never see it all. So there would be some new places we could stop at along the way. So that would be fun. But I mean, I think I'm the type I'd be like, oh, but do you remember how much fun we had here? Let's stop here again. So I don't know.
Disadvantage, we would miss Eleuthera. We would miss Cat Island.
Yes.
And we wanted to go to Cat Island last time we were in the Bahamas. We just didn't have time. So this is New Providence, which is Nassau. The Exumas. This would be Eleuthera and Cat Island. 2 islands that I've heard are very beautiful, different, each of them different than the other. And so we would miss that if we did plan A. We're 7 minutes in. Let's jump into plan B. But before we do, we already have some votes for plan 2 and 3. I like that, Ian. Yeah. Before we do it, I do want to say, so we're picking up crew in Georgetown. That's our virtual crew. Our virtual crew becomes our real crew. Those are our patrons.
Yes.
We want to say thank you to all of our patrons.
Thank you so much.
This year's our first year on Patreon, and everyone who becomes a member this year is a founding member. We just want to say thank you for helping establish this foundation. And if that's something you're interested in, we have plans from $2 all the way up to a lot of dollars, and you can check those out. There's probably a link here on our website on the YouTube page. So,
okay.
Plan B.
Plan B. Number 2. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you.
I'm going to draw and you talk.
Okay.
Plan B.
So Plan B, we would leave out of Cape Canaveral, and we would just start heading east. Just let the Gulf Stream push us where it may. And then once we get out of the Gulf Stream, we go around the Abacos and down to Spanish Wells, Eleuthera.
It's faster than me.
Oh, sorry.
So let me back it up. So out from Titusville, even if we're going east, that Gulf Stream is going to push us 20, maybe 30 miles north.
Definitely pushing us.
We're going to be out there in the middle of open water. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to try to catch a northeast wind or an east wind or even a southwest wind or a west wind. Make it all the way around the Abacos down to Eleuthera.
Yes. Specifically Spanish Wells. That's where we would check in at with Plan B.
Now, after making it to Eleuthera, where would we go?
We would stop in Spanish Wells, maybe hit one other anchorage in Eleuthera and go down to Cat Island. I really want to go to Cat Island, so that might be.
Yeah, so this is Eleuthera, and we'd go inside Eleuthera and over to Cat Island. We've heard one of the most beautiful, pristine, untouched, untouristy.
Yes.
So that'd be
nice
cool.
People. It sounds so fun. I really want to go.
And then after Cat Island, where would we go?
We would go to Georgetown to pick up our guests who are going to come aboard.
And that's a quick little 10 or 12 hour offshore sail. A good chance to catch mahi.
Yes.
From Cat Island down to Georgetown. Okay. Plan B.
I'm kind of leaning toward Plan B.
So I think we talked some benefits. One benefit is beautiful open ocean sailing for 4 days, maybe 3 if the wind's good. Disadvantage could be we're exposed to northers, so hopefully they'll be mild and not too strong.
Yeah, I don't like it to be cold, so I don't know. There's not very many disadvantages in my book, so.
Yeah. Let's look at Plan C then.
Okay.
But before we do, there's one more disadvantage.
Okay, tell me.
If we go offshore Atlantic to Eleuthera, you're cutting your time. We have crew coming end of November, 1st December. You're cutting your time in that window between Eleuthera and Cat Island. So each one has to be a faster jump.
Yes.
So it's seeing more and seeing less, though. Whereas we've learned we want to go to less places and see more of it.
Yeah. We learned the last time we were there that, I mean, you get someplace and you're thinking, oh, I got to move in 2 days. And then you get there and you're like, I don't want to move. I like it here. So I think spending more time is great.
Oh, someone said they did Plan B last year and loved it. Awesome. Let's see. Plan C. What do you have for Plan C?
So Plan C would be pretty much the same as Plan B. We would still leave out of Cape Canaveral, selling out with the Gulf Stream around the Abacos.
Okay.
And instead of stopping in Eleuthera, we would stay on the outside and just go to Cat Island. I hesitate with this one. I do want to spend as much time as I can in Cat Island. That's kind of the destination I want to go to. But I feel like you miss so much